Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. How are you today? And yes, Diamond King, I'm using the small tray. I actually misplaced my white one. I still have that big mess in the kitchen. Sorry. Gosh, I got those 7 contractor bags, a big, huge chair, carpet sweeper, and vacuum that both crept out at the same time. So my house is a disaster. But thankfully, I got a hold of a good junk man who's going to come tomorrow morning and pick up everything for $75. Oh, this needs to be squished down a little. I called that I called 1-800-JUNK, and they wanted like $175 basic rate, and then goes up for there depending on what you have. Well, that's not happening. So luckily I got a hold of somebody who's going to take the whole kit and caboodle. This canvas is not sticky. It's driving me crazy. But it is going fast, so that's pretty good. So hopefully by tomorrow, well actually Tuesday, today's Friday, so by Tuesday I should have my new vacuum delivered. Oh, I can't wait to get my house back in order. Ever since I've been cleaning, things are messier than ever. What's going on? So, my dear friend downstairs has been gone camping, and I've been ferret sitting for about 4 days, and they're adorable. One is absolutely such a love bug, and the other one is a biter. So, I've been trying to avoid the biter because she comes up and they're quiet, so quiet. You can't hear them coming. And she sneaks up right underneath you and bites you right behind the kneecap. And it hurts. So, but ferrets do sleep between 14 and 16 hours a day. So I go down in the morning, they're all awake and want to play and clean their cage and make sure they're fed and watered and play with them and stuff. It's been fun. So she's on her way home right now. So that'll be nice. Hopefully she had a good little vacation. She deserves it. What am I doing? Okay. So that's what's been going on with me. I'm really kind of tired all the time. Just kind of like my brain wants to do things, but my body's saying nope. The doctor put me on trazodone, and it's making me really sleepy. And I want to get things done. I got a nice pair of jeans, 2 tops, a bathing suit, and moccasins all from my Women Within account, because they keep upping my credit limit, so I keep buying more, and I have to stop that. I figure I'm just going to pay them, $50 a month for the rest of my life, and then I'll just be dead, and they won't get paid anymore. So, anyway, the moccasins are too narrow. I got to return them. Last time I bought shoes from them, I got a 7 wide, and they were way too wide. I was slipping all over the place with them. So now I got a regular 7, and they're too tight. It's probably just different shoes run differently. So I was just going to return those, and they'll probably just credit my account or whatever. But I need to get that out in the mail. I need to get out the box dollhouse furniture in the mail. I wrapped it all up in bubble wrap and paper and stuff, and it's going to go in the mail as soon as I can get that out. Oh, what else do I need to do? Just vacuum. I think I have enough hair on my living room carpet right now to make a new cat. Can't not wait to get my new vacuum cleaner. So I thought I would be able to finally sleep in tomorrow, but I can't because I've been getting up at 7 every morning to go down and let the ferrets out of their cage. So I thought finally tomorrow I can sleep in, but no, the junk guy's coming. So I gotta get up early again. And then Sunday's church, so I can't sleep in. I'm aiming for Monday, but I can finally just sleep in past 7. So that's what's going on in my little world. I just ordered, because I haven't ordered any new diamond paintings in a while. I'm working on this one's almost done, and then I have a nice dragonfly one I'm doing. But I ordered a beautiful one. It's an Indian lady, and most of it's like reds and dark reds and blacks, and it's just beautiful. I'll show it to you when it comes in. So that will be nice. Oh, my son's 13-year-old cat passed away yesterday. So that was pretty horrible. But the cat has a brother. So now the brother's going to be alone, and my son's just worried that, he's going to be lonely now. Where's my brother? But I think 13 years is a pretty good run for a cat. My Daisy May is 10. She's slowing down. But what are you going to do, Oops. But, the baby's gone home, and I keep thinking I gotta check on him. And I'm like, oh, that's right. He's not here. He went home. It's funny how we get used to a situation so quickly, because he was only here like 4 days, and I'm already searching for him. I'll take his little sister, my granddaughter, next time. She's 3. She's blonde hair, big blue eyes, and she's just the cutest thing. I've had her overnight before, but with her brother, never alone. So I don't know how that's going to go. And I certainly can't drive her home in the middle of the night because, A, I don't have a car, and B, they live pretty far away. So I might have a rough time. We'll see. I cannot take both of them by myself. It's just too much for me. My right knee hurts so bad. And it's probably from going up and down the stairs. Let me see. I go down at 7 in the morning, then again about noon, then again about 5 to stay with the ferrets. And, that's a lot of stairs for me because I'm up on the 3rd floor and she's down on the 1st. So my knee is really, really bothering me. But I have a brace I can wear, but then I can't really walk downstairs at all because it goes way up from my ankle to my knee, up past my knee. So if I put that on, I'm pretty much on only one floor, no stairs. It just kind of reminds me to be careful and not to twist, because if I twist at all, that's when it hurts the most. This one's coming along nice, huh? Fast. Oops. That's a little better. Where? That looks good. This is going to be so pretty. It's going so easy. Some of them I have a hard time with. I think I'm going to frame the lion. I was going to frame the sunflowers, but I'm going to put those in my bed. Okay, I need your advice. Because I've been doing my bathroom in yellow and sunflowers. And I have 2 beautiful sunflower diamond paintings. But I'm afraid if I put them in the bathroom, if it gets steamy, that the diamonds might fall off. I mean, even if I seal it, I don't know. What do you guys think? Don't want them popping off. It gets steamy in there. I mean, I take a shower, and the person who lived here before me must have been a heavy smoker. because every time I shower in there, the nicotine just pours down off the walls. I mean, it's like something out of a horror movie. So I'm wiping down the walls, getting rid of all the nicotine. Take a shower, and it's back the next day. You know, it's just never ending. It's pretty gross. And there's little burn marks on the sink. He must have put a cigarette down on the sink or something while he was on the toilet. I don't know. But it's just like the bathroom that just is never clean because it's always got streaks. The nicotine. Is this all the tubes I have? It's empty. Uh-oh. I'm gonna barely have enough, if that. Look at all the A's. What? Come on. Shoot. That company still, you know, it's like I'm missing an entire color to finish that other eye picture I have. It's the eye with the purple butterfly. It's gorgeous, but I don't have one color, and it's a huge color. And I wrote to them, I emailed them, and oh yeah, we'll send it right away. I'm not going to have enough. What am I going to do? Look at all the A's I still have. Do I have another 2 somewhere? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 1, 3. Oh, wait a minute. I do have another tiny one with 2s. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Emergency avoided. I have this many 2s left. Not a ton, but... That did not just happen. Mother. Okay, this is why I like these better. These screw on. These pop open on you. Son of a... I usually hold it shut with my other hand, my other finger, but... Nope. Talking away. And I didn't think. This is thrilling. Ooh. Good Lord, heaven. So when is this summer going to be over? Ugh, so hot. I can't stand the heat. And no, I am not going to be complaining when it gets cold. I like the cold. I like it now. I didn't like it when I had to drive in the snow or shovel my car out. Or have a landlord banging on my door. Move your car, the plow's here. Then you gotta wait for you gotta get out, you know, throw your pajamas on, or throw your coat on over your pajamas. Then run out. Shovel out your car, move it across the lot. The plow comes an hour later. You go back down, move your car back. I hated my tracker. I had a tracker that would go through anything. It was a 4-wheel drive. I loved it. Then I traded that in for a Chevy Cavalier. That car is so good in the snow. I mean, one day my son, he was a teenager, up all night playing video games and sleeping all day. Well, he was sleeping and he wasn't going to get up. And I didn't feel well. And I had to go shovel out that car, and I kept trying to wake him up, and he would not get up. And I went out there. I was so mad that I got in my car, and I didn't even shovel it. I just booted on the gas, and I backed right out of that huge banking I was stuck in. People looked at me a little strange because they were all shoveling their cars and all. And I'm down there in my PJs, my winter boots, and my jacket, just scrubbing out backwards. I made it. Didn't have to shovel. I was pissed. There we go. So, that happened. Good old memories. Good times, good times. Oop, there's one more right there. So, anywho, now that I don't have to drive in it or shovel it, I like just staying here, cozy, watching it out the window. And I used to work 11 at night till 7 in the morning. And driving in 11 at night, well, I was like 10:30 getting there. And it's scary. Pitch dark, snowing away. It was not fun. I never got tired driving in, though. I was awake driving in, but coming home in the morning, boy, I was exhausted. To the point where you feel yourself kind of half nodding off behind the wheel. That's scary. Open the window, crank up the radio, slap yourself across the face. I mean, it gets bad. I worked that for 5 years and another 2 years a day shift on that company. It was a printing company. And I just never got used to the night shift. Was just horrible. I mean, my first job was a rest home. Then I worked at a wood shop. Then I worked at a nursing home. I've been a CNA. Then I went down to being a housekeeper because I just was too much responsibility to take care of people. You know, after you see a few die, you're like, no. I'm going to just scrub toilets, mop the floor, and get out of there. So, I worked at the printing company. I was a home health aide for, about 14 years on and off. This little boy, poor kid, he was almost 6 years old. And he went in for a routine tonsillectomy. And his mother called me and said something went wrong. He had cardiac arrest on the table, something to do with the anesthesia, and he's in a permanent vegetative state. Little baby, 5 years old. So they get a huge settlement, of course, but our son was in a permanent vegetative state from the age of 5 till he was 24. Then he passed away. But they said he would only live a few years, but he lived till he was 24. She took really good care of him. She didn't put him away. She took him home, hired nurses to come in and aides, and she hired me. Which is a little weird working for your best friend because money, a few times my check bounced, even though she had like $36 million. I'm like, my check bounced. So it's kind of weird working for a friend because money and friendship never goes over well. But everything worked out, and I did stay on. That was a good job. I was not working for at the time that he passed away. I was working as the housekeeper. So, but when she called and said he passed away, I drove all the way up there. It was probably an hour and a half drive. And we all sat together, and it was just sad. Poor kid, never had a childhood. But now, it makes me nervous anytime me or one of my children have to have any kind of surgery. I'm like, because my daughter, when she was 7, and actually I was pregnant for her, and my best friend was pregnant for that little boy at the same time. So this is 2 years after he got hurt. So she's just 7 years old out in the monkey bars. She comes running in. I'm doing dishes. She comes running in. Her arm is shaped like the letter S, and her wrist is just hanging. She was up there and she fell with her arm straight, and it just folded like an accordion. No blood, but it was broken. Thank God it didn't break the skin. It wasn't a compound fracture, but it was a severe fracture. And she's like, Ma, I think something's wrong with my arm. She wasn't even crying. I looked at it. I freaked out. Then she started crying. Then my husband told me, calm her down. You're scaring her. So I got ice in a bag and a pillow, and my husband drove us. We didn't have a hospital. We still don't have a hospital in that town. We had to drive to the next town over. And it's a little tiny town with just, streets that just, small streets. It's not a highway. He's passing cars on Central Street. Little tiny one lane, and he's passing cars. And I'm in the back seat with her, and I'm shaking. And I have the pillow on my lap and the ice on her, and oh my goodness, kids, I'm telling you. So we get there, and they take her right away, and they say they're going to have to put her under to refix her arm, reset it. And I said, no, I don't want her going under anesthesia. So they put her under like some kind of twilight sleep or something like that. And I'm thinking, if that's an option, why don't they just do that? I mean, not for major surgeries, but just to reset an arm or something. If that's an option, why would you even go to put someone completely out when there's another option? So, that's what they did. And she's so cute. They had her in a tiny little Johnny. And she was walking towards the other bed. And her little tiny bare tushy was showing through the back of the Johnny. And she's walking, and then she gets in the bed, and the nurse helps her and everything. And they're wheeling her away to the operating room, and I'm right next to her. I'm not leaving her side. And the nurse is like, "Ma'am, you can't go in there. It's the operating room." I'm like, oh, my husband's like, "Come on, we'll go wait." I was a wreck, I tell you. She didn't cry. That girl did not cry. I don't know if she was numb or I don't know. But I think that's the worst injury my kids had. My son, when he was little, he fell out of bed right onto one of his toys. And he got a gash in his eyebrow. And we were in bed, and my husband runs to him. And, hey, I had enough A's. He runs to him, and he picks him up, and there's just blood. That's all I see is blood, all dripping into his eye. So I'm thinking his eye's going to fall out of his head or something. That's all I saw was blood. So I'm freaking out. And it ended up being not his eye, but it was his eyebrow, and it was bleeding down into his eye. So that was another fun story. And I stayed home with both of our girls. He took the baby to the hospital, and they gave him, they didn't even give him a stitch. They gave him that glue, when they glue you there. F is 9. So, and then my oldest daughter, she was horseback riding. She loved it. And, so she was out horseback riding, and the horse spooked, took off, and ran. And she went face first into an apple tree. Busted her nose up really bad. By this time, the neighbors and friends all know that I am a bit of a hysterical type when it comes to my kids getting hurt. When someone else gets hurt, I'm pretty good. I'm very, efficient, and I'm good with that. I can be the one to hold down the fort. But when it's my own, I lose my shit. So this lady drives up to me. She calls, and I went out, and she said, "Don't freak out. Everything's okay. But I think Shauna broke her nose, and she needs to go to the hospital." So I'm like, "What?" She knew to approach me. "Everything's okay." So I get in the car with her. We go to the hospital. She had to have surgery to put her nose back in place, and the big tampon plug things up there forever. And I was taking care of her, and oh my goodness. So that's one good injury for each child. I'll tell you. I think that's it, though. I think that's it. One good injury for each. Oh, no, my other daughter, the one that broke her arm, she did get into a car accident. And she hurt her lower back. She got into a car accident. One when she was probably 15. And then another one when she was in her early 20s. The airbag went off, and the baby was in the back seat. Her baby, my 14-year-old grandson, he was like 1 or 2. And the airbag, all that white stuff is everywhere. So a lady came up, and she took the baby out of the car, and they called the ambulance and all that. And again, my son-in-law calls me, and first thing he says is, "Don't freak out. They're okay." Because those words alone make me start freaking out. Jade and Gabriel got in a little bit of a car accident, but they're okay. The baby was fine. My daughter was a little bit broken up there, sore, but she was okay. She said the airbag hit her in the face and did more damage than anything else. I don't know about those airbags. This will not stick. I got in an accident once, and I did have my seatbelt on. The airbag did not go off. But I still hit the steering wheel, and that hurt. I didn't break any ribs, but it felt like it. And, yeah, my car ended up spinning completely around in a ditch in the opposite side, facing the opposite direction, and the engine was pretty much on my lap, so that was a bad one. But I walked away with just a few sore spots. Thank the Lord. So, any more F's over here? Such bland color. I like to work with the bright colors. If you notice, I always do the bright, pretty colors first. But what inspired me to start telling these stories was this woman, Grace, at Grace Maltese or something like that. She has a YouTube channel. She does diamond painting, and she crochets too, and she's wonderful. She has wonderful stories. She's a great lady. I love her videos. I diamond paint with her a lot. I'll just put her on and listen to her while I do my diamond painting. Might want to check out her channel. I think it's Grace Maltese or something. I think that's it. But I am going to let you go. Thank you for listening if you made it to the end. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time.